What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another recap. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, and the little bit of notes that I wanted to take for you guys to know from today is that super valid no trade day for any one of you guys that actually did end up not taking a trade today, like myself. Spoiler alert, those are my execution recaps. It's a good day to analyze like the narrative or practice on it if you were wrong. Just overall learn from it or practice it. I just wanted to say I performed super perfectly today. So a little recap. Super good day to like build your discretion, positively or negative, like positively towards if you took losses or if you didn't take anything. Just a good way to like build your discretion today. And my journal is gonna be at the end. All right. Now let's go over the high time frame. What do we see in the 4 hour? 4 hour. I had marked this market maker buy model because I just was leaning more towards these buy side levels that I want to see get taken, and the point in which the standard deviation levels were at just seemed super perfect to this manipulation leg, right? That we got -1 at that 4 hour that 4 hour bearish imbalance that we ended up getting, and at that external range high that we ended up getting also. But overall, I was leaning more bearish actually because I wanted to see this range get overextended, whether it was re-tap this 4 hour gap or we tap into these 1 hour draws that we had on the hourly time frame like here. So these are my conditions. I wanted to see this get rebalanced into. Maybe we can short towards there after we hit this 4 hour. We can maybe mech towards these levels, or we could long off of them if we actually choose to retrace to them. Okay, now going on to open. What do we have? So, right, going into open, we end up just rallying, right? Rallying. We make these little unsponsored gaps. We rally. We hit this. We actually, at this point in where price, I'm currently like, okay, we can either short off this if we get the actual setup, which I liked, but I didn't like that much just due to how bullish we were being. And I was like, okay, like at this point in time, we are just displacing right through this gap, right through CE of it, and we actually disrespected at 10 a.m. I think. Regardless, I am just not looking for shorts anymore. I'm completely flipped based on the high time frame condition that I had put, that 4 hour sell side imbalance. Okay, so going forward. It is currently 9:59 at 10 a.m. What happens? This gap gets created, right? And so now we have this 15-minute gap, sponsored 15-minute that I was looking to long off of at 9:45 because we get that sponsorship off the 9:45 PO3, and we get that 10 a.m. PO3 right here. Right here, this gap forms. So there was a 30-second right here that you could have took. It is a pretty valid loss, as technically speaking, everything is so perfect, and you are targeting all this generated liquidity towards low time frame LR leading to a high time frame draw and a 5 minute. So you're targeting mech accumulation zone highs and LR like PDI, AMD, PO3 mech. Like your targets are amazing. However, the manipulation, in my opinion, just isn't good enough because I wanted to take longs not off of this 15-minute sponsored gap, but off of this bigger 15-minute in a discount gap. I thought this gap was just way too premium towards the draws and targets, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it for me, my conviction, and my personal opinion. However, it does make sense as we actually create this at 10 a.m. So the fact that we create that 10 a.m. target for manipulation and we manipulate to it could also be something to learn from, higher conviction towards areas that 10 a.m. actually creates rather than equilibrium reasoning, right? But regardless, I don't think I regret this, and I don't take 30 seconds on XFAs. It would just be an eval trade. I like it, honestly, but not as much as I would have liked my original plan of manipulating into this 15-minute, which is what I wanted. Now I know people took this. The key level is just fucking ass. It's a 15-minute from 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it's a break-even trade. You're targeting the 30-minute, I think, or this one, and it's just a break-even trade. I don't think it hits 1-to-1. And for right now, I am just looking for 10:30 to manipulate into here. That's why I marked out. I actually drew this like a 1020 or some shit. That's what I wanted to see, 1022. Sadly, yeah, no, we just don't get it. We end up starting to respect these low time frame bearish gaps, which I'm like, okay, maybe we can take this, and we are just rejecting this gap until like the end of session. And by this point, it's super late in session. So yeah, well, you could have made, there's probably a 30-second here. Yeah, super. What the fuck was that? Yeah, it's a 30-second here, but I'm already off. Like, I don't want to take this. Let's see how good it was. Take that internal high, and yeah, this hits 1-to-1, huh? Yeah, for sure. So yeah, if you took this, I guess, but like at the same time, it's just whack. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't take shit, but this was super end of session, so I didn't want to take that. I don't take those trades. I don't take other session trades. And yeah, let's go into my journal. So what did I journal? Today, I just wrote that it was a no trade day, super valid no trade day. With my understanding of market, it wasn't an accidental. It was purely like I made the choices. I analyzed price perfectly. My draw on the draw aspect, I just put perfect because I genuinely like performed perfectly great no trade day. I grade myself 100% on everything A plus. Go to discretion slash progress building because I'm more comfortable with 30 seconds. I want to actually like start experimenting with 30 seconds on XFA maybe. I don't know how I feel about XFA 30-second trading, but overall I'm looking for those trades to build conviction and discretion from them, and I'm gonna start back testing. I want to start back testing them more. I want to start back testing more as a whole. I just gotta prioritize that on my day to day and actually make time for it. But for now, I'm not really doing that. But yeah, on improvements, just I want to double check things on every once in a while, just to make sure everything's good, and scroll through these time frames because at some point that second I didn't know both of the 15 minutes were sponsored. I was just kind of looking at a 5-minute and a 15-minute, so I caught it early. But I want to always improve on something. So even if I have nothing to say, I still want to like farm for something. So yeah, just stay locked in and make sure all ideas are confirmed. Like if I have an idea, if I have a setup farming, if I have an idea of an idea, an assumption, a confirmation, make sure that confirmation is validated and I'm not just seeing things, that the gap is actually a gap and not just a gap being formed, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, that's all I took from today. Hope you guys had a great trading day, and thank you for watching and supporting me. Later.